So I received an interesting input email of someone actually snapshotting when I actually go back to the past of the markings that is there in my videos. So if I zoom back and if you look at what I've done here, you might actually find that some of the markings are not what I show in the daily report, and they are also, they may have changed, so they may not be proper in the sense. And the reason is that this video update, once I've done something on it, I often don't change what I've done in the past. So if you just look at this, which is way back, I was at this time considering this as a possible ending pattern and marked it as ABCDE. Then we got a very big throwover. Now more recently I've been showing this as ABC or a series of threes, but this is what we originally looked at, and I haven't really changed that in the video. Similarly, if we look at this sell-off, it was initially marked as a 5-wave decline ending at this bottom and not this bottom, and then we took it as an expanded flat. I had marked a series of X's and W's. I've just changed them a while back, but I was actually showing this as WXYXZ, but I was also considering this as an expanded flat. Now if this is an expanded flat and this is only first leg W, then Z should have ended something here. Also, should we take this ABC as a larger W, then this whole triangle is an X itself. Then it's not a B as I've been really marking it here. So these are a couple of complications in terms of, understanding of the Elliott wave pattern. But because I explained B here and I explained W, I have really not removed the markings from what they are to what I may be finally considering. But this is what allowed us to go through with the immediate analysis, and so I don't remove them, but I could do that. Similarly, I have actually marked this AB, so I'm going back to keeping that there. So if I stick to this original expanded flat, which means this A, B and C is a larger W. Remember that W simply is a series, is simply used as a symbol for a 3-wave pattern. Y is another 3-wave pattern, X is another 3-wave pattern, Z is another 3-wave pattern. The idea being that in a complex correction, you don't go beyond Z, which means W, X, Y, X, Z is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So now if this is W and I say this entire triangle, which is ABCD, is an X wave, then what we are doing here is only Y. Okay, so that's a very different way of looking at it. It may not appear on daily charts very similar, but on hourly charts, if I take this as W, maintaining the expanded flat because we couldn't really mark this last leg as a 5-wave decline, then this might be a good count, and it will still keep this triangle here because I can mark this as A and B of Y, and then I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4 and I'm in the 5th of Y. So it fits with everything I've been saying, and I could very well continue with this wave count, which then would appear more logical, but it still requires some explanation if you are new to Elliott wave analysis as to why I've put an X here or a Z here. And if I'm taking this as a triangle, ideally once I've marked this as W and I've changed the expectation that this is Z, because after all this high has been surpassed, I should have changed these counts to a triangle marking, which means I should have marked this as A, B, C, D and E of a triangle. And so X wave would mark this ABCD triangle, and then we would start another ABC in wave Y up. So these are changes which I have not really gotten into because I try to make a 2-minute short video, not a very detailed one, and I only discuss the last part of the wave structure without really changing what I have done in the past to the final conclusions that we are making. And so don't let that confuse you. Do look at the Nifty daily end of day report to actually get an idea of what this structure really means.